In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to set up our project environment in Jekyll. Before we get started, we're going to need to install Jekyll. So we're going to head over to the website right here, and you're going to see some quick start instructions. We're going to open up our terminal, and we're going to go ahead and type in gem install Jekyll bundler. And what that's going to do is that's going to go ahead and install the whole Jekyll bundler for you. Jekyll is a Ruby gem, so if you're on a Mac, you're good. You already have Ruby installed. If you're on PC, you're going to have to go find out how to install Ruby gems, and then from there you'll be able to follow us. Once you install the Jekyll bundler, we're going to go to our desktop. Just going to cd into desktop, and we're going to type Jekyll new, and then the name of the site, or just the name of the folder that we're going to be using. So for our purposes, I'm going to write Zachary R. Newton and hit enter. And that's going to go ahead and set up our new project. It's going to build it, and it's going to put it right on top on our desktop. Hit LS and we can see what is on our desktop. So you'll see the new file added, well, folder added right here. Now we're going to cd into that folder. Type cd and then Zachary R. Newton. And now we're inside of the folder. You can see all of the contents that they have right here. If you want to go ahead and look at it, you'll see it right over in here. The next step that we're going to do is we're going to serve it so we can view what's going on. So we're going to write bundle exec Jekyll serve, but we're also going to go ahead and add a couple flags to it. We're going to add the watch flag, so just hyphen watch, and then we're going to change the base URL. So we're going to put hyphen base URL, and then 2 quotation marks after a space. The space is very important. If you don't add the space, it will not work. Hit enter, and it has started serving the website right here at this address. If that did not work, you may need to run bundle install before you do this. So we're going to copy this address. I'm going to go to that URL right here. And this is it. This is our Jekyll site right now as it is. But this is not how we're going to want it to look. This is not how it's supposed to be. In the last video, I showed you what this site as a whole is supposed to look like. So we are just going to set up some configuration. So in the next video, we can come back and start designing it and developing the home page. So I'm going to hide that window. I'm going to come here and I'm going to open this up in Atom. Atom is the text editor that I prefer. Okay, so once this is opened up, we're going to go ahead and we are going to start editing the config file. So the first thing we're going to do here is we're going to change the title of the website to be Zachary R. Newton. So Zachary R. Newton. In the email, I'm going to go ahead and add my email address, Zachary R. Newton at gmail.com. This is where we are going to add the description of our site. The description will just go something like Zachary R. Newton is a freelance web designer, developer who has been working professionally since 2013. Just something like that. We might go ahead and come back later and edit this and make it a little longer, but that's good for now. That'll serve the purpose. The next thing we're going to do is add the base URL. The base URL for this site is going to be Zachary R. Newton. And then we're going to go ahead and set the URL. This URL is what it will be in the future, but we're not going to be using it during development. But we're going to go ahead and put it in anyways. It's going to be https / ZacharyRNewton.com. Now we can go ahead and we can get rid of these two variables. We don't need them. We can go ahead and get rid of this theme. We will not need this theme. But one thing that we are going to add, we are going to be using Sass, and we are also going to be using auto prefixer. So we're going to add auto prefixer first. For that, we're going to come here and we're going to type in -Jekyll -auto prefixer. And then we are going to need to come over to our gem file as well, and we can remove this minima gem. We're not going to be using that. That's a theme that it already comes with. And then we're going to come here and we're going to add gem Jekyll auto prefixer. And that's going to be it for this file. So we're going to go ahead and save this. Come back to our config.yaml. And we are also going to add Sass. So we are going to need to write Sass and then set our Sass directory to _Sass. That's going to be it for that. And the last thing we're going to do here right now is we're going to add the permalink. We're going to make it pretty. And what that's going to do is whenever you type in a URL, we're not going to have the extension on the file. So it's just going to look a little nicer. If we go ahead and save that and come back over here and refresh, you're going to see nothing. Nothing changed. This did not change at all. It should be Zachary R. Newton right now. And the reason is, anytime you edit your config.yaml, you need to come over here and stop your server with Control-C if you're on a Mac. And then we're just going to go ahead and restart the server. Give it a second. All right, so now we have some issues. The liquid exception could not locate the include file icon.-github.html. All of this is coming up right now because we deleted some lines in the config.yaml. So to further go ahead and reset this site to just a blank site so we can start working on it, we're going to come over here and we're going to do a few things. We're going to open this post folder. We're going to go ahead and delete this post. We don't need it. We're going to delete this about.md. We don't need that. And then our index.md, we are going to rename that to be HTML. We're going to get rid of all of this. We are going to go ahead and type, let's make it an H1 and say hello world. Save it. Now, let's see if it gives us any more errors when we try and restart the server again. Looks like everything started up fine, so we're going to come over here and we're going to refresh. And now you'll see nothing on the page except hello world. The last thing we're going to do is we're going to come back over to our config.yaml and we are going to add a couple custom variables. If you want to go ahead and read through all of this, you can, but basically we can create our own variables just like they have these here. And the way we'll access them later on while we're developing everything is it's going to just be curly brace, site dot, whatever we name the variable, and then two closing curly braces. So I'm going to go ahead and add a Twitter path. And I'm also going to go ahead and add Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and a GitHub path. So I'm naming it just like you see here. And this is the URL to the page. That way, wherever I want to link to, like my Twitter account or my Facebook account, all I need to do is type in the curly brace site dot Twitter path, and it'll just link directly to my page. And if I ever change my username, I can come here to the config.yaml and just change it to the new URL, and it will work across the board. Okay, so I've gone ahead and just added in the rest of these paths, and I'm going to go ahead and save it. And we're just going to go ahead and restart the server one last time just to make sure everything is still working. As you can see, everything loads up fine. Let's go ahead and look at it. We refreshed and it still says hello world. Alright guys, that's going to be it for this video. Join me next week as we start coding out our homepage.